My next speech is entitled CalmandStrong Book. Over the years, many people have told me that I should write a book about my life of being a 2-time cancer survivor. From January 30th to February 4th, I wrote 29 pages. I'm a 2-time cancer survivor. When I was 14 years old, I was diagnosed with knee cancer called osteosarcoma. And after that, I had to get a knee replacement. I had to learn how to walk with artificial knee with help of physical therapy. I was able to return back to high school in my sophomore year. In my senior year, unfortunately, the cancer came back at stage 4 when I was 17 years old. While doing my chemotherapy treatment regimen, the cancer had traveled to my right lung. A needle biopsy was used to take the cancer off of my right lung, which was a complete success. Since I had a reconstructed knee 3 years prior, there's nothing further doctors can do but amputate my right leg to save my life in 2003. Now I'm a hip amputee and I can only walk with a prosthetic leg. Eventually, I did graduate from California State University in Long Beach in 2012. In 2013, I landed my first job ever with United States Investigative Services in Las Vegas, Nevada, and my position was an associate investigator. I only stayed at that job for 3 months and resigned due to I couldn't understand the job thoroughly and it took a toll on my physical disability. My next job I had was selling legal services for Legal Shield. And my coworker approached me, he noticed I was limping, and he said, "Why are you limping?" And I told him I'm a 2-time cancer survivor and I had to get my right leg amputated and I have a prosthetic leg. And I didn't stay at Legal Shield too long. And my coworker said he's also a substitute teacher, a life coach, and mentor. And he said he would offer his life coach services to me for free. So after a few weeks, I was meeting with him regularly. And then he asked me if I wanted to be a substitute teacher. And I was like, no, that doesn't really resonate with me. Then he asked me, well, why don't you be an inspirational speaker since you have such a unique story to tell? And I was thinking about it, and when I was back in school, I hated public speaking when teachers and professors forced me to talk in front of classrooms. So I went home, I thought about it, I made a PowerPoint presentation, I called my mom and told her to send all the pictures from when I was 14 and 17 years old. I had all the pictures, I had my PowerPoint done, I said, okay, something's missing. What was missing was Infamous. Infamous is a video game about bike messenger turned superhero Cole MacGrath. Cole was doing a routine delivery, and while doing the delivery, a package exploded. And he was at the center, alive, but changed and able to control electricity. As you can see here, Cole was in the hospital, hooked up to an IV pole, with his girlfriend Trish and best friend Zeke by his bedside. And right here, this is me in the hospital, hooked up to an IV pole, with my grandmother and uncle by my bedside. This image was taken of me when I was 14 years old in 1999, and this is the image from the original Infamous, which was released in 2009. When I embedded Infamous into my PowerPoint, I was nervous to go to my life coach because I thought he was going to judge me because I was talking about my connection to a video game character. Turns out, he liked how creative I was, connecting my experiences and realities that I had with cancer to the digital world of Infamous and superhero Cole MacGrath. He said if I was serious about being an inspirational speaker, there were a few things I had to do. I had to come up with a tagline, come up with a company name, create a website, and business cards. So while we were brainstorming together, he said, calm and strong. Just from spending a few weeks with me, he said, you have such a calming personality and you're strong because of the adversities you're able to overcome. And then after that, he said, I need you to come up with a tagline, create a website, and business cards. So one day I was on YouTube looking at videos. I came across hip-hop artist Ice Cube. And the interviewers asked him, why did he leave his rap group at the peak of their success? And he said, well, I knew I was going to leave the group because my money situation would be handled properly. Then he said, nothing is more powerful than a made-up mind. When I heard that resonated with me so much, and it fits perfectly with my story and Cole's. For example, Cole and I are very strong-willed and strong-minded, and we overcame our burdens. His burden, he was forced to control electricity, and my burden, I was forced to become a hip amputee. So I spoke about the history of my company name and tagline, but what do the doves in the world, what does that mean? The doves, they symbolize God's angels protecting me while I was sick with cancer at 14 and 17 years old. When I talk to a wide audience, and I show my PowerPoint presentation, I want the doves to represent God's angels protecting and healing people who have ever been in the hospital or have been sick or serious illness. To conclude my speech, so far, my book, Calm and Strong, some people walk in each other's shoes, I carry mine. I wrote 39 pages. And as of this year, in 2017, I'm 14 years cancer-free and healthy. Thank you.